So we're airing the show that we have done with Howard Nett. This was from
Yes.
July 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and just wanted to share this with our listeners. Unfortunately, on June 21st, Howard Nett lost the battle with cancer that he has been
Yeah.
battling for the last 11 years, and
Mm-hmm.
we just wanted to honor him and his legacy and his story
Yeah.
by sharing this episode with our listeners.
Yeah. A couple of them little tidbits about Howard. He was basically the second hire after myself on the team, and we're talking what? How many years ago?
It would have been 19 years in November for
19
Howard.
years in November, and Howard has
Yeah.
always been a person that was about the team. What's best for the
Mm.
team? What's best for the team? And he was our listing manager for many, many, many years, and then went into the agent role. And he was, uh, still doing real estate deals all the way up until the end.
In
And
fact, in fact, he was one of our top producers.
yes,
He kept going. He was very concerned about the team, his clients. I mean, obviously his health too.
yeah. But most
But
importantly, he was concerned about his family and making sure that they had
mhm,
money coming in. In fact, you'll see it on the link or on our social media or go to our webpage. We'll have it right on the front page, a GoFundMe link for Howard and his family. He is survived by his wife, Blythe, and their two
mhm,
children, Macy and Po'okela. And he was young.
mhm,
How old Howard was? Probably 50,
52. He was a young
52 years
guy.
old. Young guy.
Too soon.
Yeah.
We lost him too soon.
Yeah. So if you've had any interaction with Team Lally over the years, it was probably Howard, answering your agent calls, answering your client calls, um, just supporting and serving. And, a lot of times when you hear people speak of people after they pass away, it's all nice things. Well,
Mhm,
it can't be all nice things, because not everybody's a nice person, but I would genuinely and authentically say that Howard was always a servant-minded person, super creative. If you go to our website, or I think let's make sure and add it to our show, maybe at the end. I think let's add it at the end. Let's take out our show at the end without the typical outro and just play his jingle. And I'd also like to share with you guys his song that he wrote for Blythe at the end. And so you'll hear that at the end of the show.
and actually, this song, "Underneath the Moon," you can
Yes.
find it on iTunes. It's even on Instagram, and it's a beautiful tribute to his love for Blythe.
Yeah. So one last tribute to Howard Nett, our beloved team member. He's up in heaven,
Mhm,
playing music because he was a professional musician, because he played a lot of gigs. In fact, his last gig, we think, was a date night that he was inspired. He came up with the idea of having a Team Lally date night, and he and Chris, his cohort, played at our date night, and we had live music, and it was a really authentic, connecting, loving time because of Howard. His idea, always had ideas. He was so creative.
mhm.
In fact, one of our events, he just had us throw out random words and he wrote a song right on the spot. So take a look at our social media. You'll see things like that and many things over the next couple of weeks. And that's it. We love you, Howard.
Yep. And to our listeners, enjoy the show, enjoy Howard's message and his story, and he will forever live on with our team through his spirit and his music.
By the way, oh, one last thing. If you watch any of our video tours, any of our YouTube video tours of any of our properties, that background music is an original composition by Howard. And it's
Mhm.
the same song you're going to hear at the end of the show, just minus the words. It's just the melody. But please listen to the jingle, Team Lally jingle. That is Howard all the way 100%. And listen to his original composition at the end of our show. Thank you so much for listening. And again, we love you, Howard.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey everybody, this is the art part of the show, Tilio's Random Thoughts, anything but random, but I want to talk to you today about the art of listening. The art of listening, I find that a lot of the discourse that we have with the other human beings in our lives is that we are not really, I don't know how you would put it, like when you, it's kind of like in the movies where the two characters, you know, there's a romance between the two characters and the one character turns to the other one and says, "You get me." And I think that is the rom-com of what we do in our entire lives with all our relationships, is we wish we had that script and on what to say. We wish we had the director off camera going, "No, let's redo that again and do it this way instead of that, and make eye contact and have good emotions and watch your facial expressions, take a look at your tone." But someone that is really a good listener, I find that people think, like, with what we do for a living, like our consultations is all about us presenting information and telling our clients what to do and telling them information. What would be the opposite of telling somebody information, whether it's personal or in a business situation?
Just asking really good questions.
Asking really good questions. And that is something, too, that's like...
It's a skill.
It's a learned behavior. Yeah. A skill is something you're not born with. You can be born in, you know, if you think about it, people are like, "Oh, you're such a kind person. You must have been born that way." No, even the kindest adult was the most petty, spoiled little child, because a child only wants what they want. There's no discernment in the beginning of their years to, like, if I want something, I'm going to scream my head off until I get it. I think we're going to do that at our next listing presentation. Until you list with us, we're going to keep screaming, and we're going to do a temper tantrum until you list your home with us. Or
we can ask some really good questions and listen. Right?
So let me give you an advanced trailer to the full-length movie called our listing presentation or our consultation with our seller. First of all, it starts off with some rapport building, getting to know who you are, what do you do for a living. If you're retired, what did you retire from? Who are the important, you know, like, who else is decision makers in this process? Are you going to be consulting with kids? Are the kids going to be consulting with parents? Making sure that we are aware of all the actors in the play called the play called We're Selling a Home Today. And then we're going to we always start all our meetings with the same question. What is it?
What are you hoping to achieve with our time today?
Now, I'll fill in the rest of that, because when you say something like if you're going to somebody's office and you're like, they're going to do a presentation on how to help us sell our home, and they're asking me, what should we cover today? I'd be like, you're fired. But there's context surrounding that question, and it is, we always say what?
That we just want to cover what's most important, like that we'll probably spend a little bit more time on really what's most important to them. And we're going to touch on all items, but really go deep on the areas that are most important.
And by the way, speaking of someone that's always covering what's most important to people who own investment properties, he's like, you would go to his office and it would be like, he would give you real estate investment therapy. You lay down on the couch. He's sitting in his chair with his notepad. Tell me more. Is there anything from your childhood that we need to know about in regards to your No, he doesn't do that, but he is. He talks about what's important to the investor. Who's that?
And he asks really great questions.
And he asks really good questions.
That would be Duke Kim Han of Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Hello, Dr. Duke.
I do have a couch in my office that you can lay down on.
There you go.
If you really need to.
Sometimes you need that when you own investment properties. It's stressful.
It is stressful, and right now it's really important to have a property manager because a lot of properties are not selling across the nation. just in Florida alone, there's 180,000 vacant properties that are trying to sell.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they're down about 35% from last year on their asking price. So it's going on across the nation, and different areas are having different problems. I'm in Vegas right now, and I can tell you Las Vegas is got some inventory problems. You can pretty much pick any house you want here, and they're not selling.
Would you say there's always a renter? Never necessarily always a buyer, but there's always a renter.
Yeah, and not people can't buy because of the interest rate, and you have to qualify where your payment is going to be double what it used to be just 5 years ago. So it's a little difficult, but you know, a lot of times I try to tell people, if you don't have adequate parking, you're probably not going to get the rent you think you want. So parking and lawn maintenance, those are two things I require in order to move forward with property management clients.
Yeah.
If people say, oh, no, I want the tenants to do their own lawn, I say, listen, Mr. Owner, we went to court on this.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost you way more than $5,000 to get your lawn caught up if the tenants slack off and don't take care of the lawn.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the pushing and forcing that we can do as property managers cannot force the tenant to keep up the lawn. And we've been to court. The judge told me the second time, he says, Mr. Kimhan, you've been before me before with the same issue, trying to enforce security deposit return on lawn.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know better. You know how I ruled the first time.
Yes.
And I'm trying to tell you, I'm not going to give you lawn coverage in your security deposit when the owner should have took care of that from day one.
Yeah. Made arrangements for it.
I mean, these are big bills. Catching up a lawn that's overgrown or a tree going over in the neighbor's yard is totally different than lawn care.
Yeah, busting up the fence.
And then the other thing too, when it's inside of an association, I know that like way back in the day, that there is additional issues, especially when you're taking over from maybe another management company. But then the association gets involved,
we got
and then
the
there's
wrong bushes,
and then there's fines,
trees.
and so not just like repairing, but just dealing with the association.
Yeah, they're very particular.
You have a list of plants that you're allowed to plant.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on with the lawn, and when we get told by the owner that they're going to try to get the tenant or include it in the rent.
Yeah.
You can include some of it in the rent, but you can say, hey, your rent's $3,500. I'm going to charge you $200 more for the lawn. So now you're going to pay me $3,700.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're out of the market and the home next door or down the street is $3,500.
Yeah.
So that's what we go with the people, the owners, and we tell them, hey, here are the comps. Here are the days on the market. And I don't know how high you want to try and go, but if you go 1, 2, 3 weeks at $4,000, that's $1,000 a week you're losing.
Yeah.
Duke,
as an owner, you never make lost rent up ever.
Nope. Gone.
I have a question on, like, you're talking about, like, the rentals. And I know there's a lot of homes that have the PV and basically remove all of the electric bill.
Yeah.
So when you have homes like that, like, can you charge a little bit more than the average market rent? And do renters pay it?
Or rent it quicker?
Yeah.
It will rent quicker if it's a comp. It's in the comps. But if you're just going 200 over because you have a leased TV system for $250 a month, sometimes we get the rental on that because people see the value, especially on the west side.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say generally people don't get extra money for PV. They get rented first.
Duke, you're like a baker, and it's the difference between fresh banana bread from your auntie with butter and fruitcake. Fruitcake is like you smile, you take it, you regift it. Did you know they don't even make fruitcake anymore because we just keep giving it to each other over and over, back and forth.
The same fruitcake.
The same fruitcake.
Regift.
But the banana bread, you'd be like, it's not. You're not giving more banana bread. It's the quality of it. And with what I'm hearing from you is you're not going to get above market. You're just and having it occupied is the key, because one vacancy
and occupied quickly.
One vacancy, right, wipes out any kind of difference you're trying to make with the higher rent. One month vacancy.
Yep.
Yeah, and we try to pose that to the owner a lot of times, but people want to try always for more, right?
Yeah.
I think it's growing up in America or something. So they'll say, no. Yeah, we'll say, hey, the comps are at 35. No, I want 37.
And we can negotiate.
It's not based, right? It's not based on the comps. It's based on what their bills are. Now, that's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I need to cover my bills, but that's not always what you're going to get. If the house next door is renting for $3,500, you cannot say my house is nicer, and I'm going to try for 37. You can try, but I'd say about 40% of all the people that walk into our houses make us an offer.
Yeah,
they said, hey, because if they took the time to go look at it, they'll pretty much like it because we have 16 plus pictures on it, along with a walk-in video. It's pretty accurate, and we do that for a lot of reasons, but people come in and say, hey, our budget's at 34. Can you go down to 34 from 35?
Yeah.
And sometimes, we'll call the owner and they'll say, yeah, we'll take it right now. Instead of waiting on the market, showing it a week after, doing background checks and all that kind of stuff, takes time.
Yeah, because
your house goes vacant.
$50 times 12 is like $600, or 1 month vacancy, $3,500. Hello.
Yeah. Yep. Correct. And we try to explain that all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fine line to caring and trying to do what's best for your owner.
Yeah.
And trying to do what's best for the owner.
Yeah.
Because that's all we do. We do what's best for the owner. We try to tell them what the best thing is, but sometimes people don't listen. Even when it's the best thing for them. But, parking and lawn care. And guys will tell us, hey, my unit's nicer. And I'll be like, sir, you only have one parking. That guy has two parking.
Yeah.
Parking is gold in Hawaii. I don't know how else to tell you.
I don't care how nice your unit, but when I get home and I'm all sweaty because I have to go look for street parking, I don't care how nice the inside is.
True.
I'm thinking about that parking on that long walk from the street parking. We have like there's a whole culture around street parking here, and cones, and people get very territorial.
They do.
There's a street parking war out there. They got gangs and everything.
No, I mean, the break-ins, on the street are rampant.
Yeah.
I would say in the last 6 months, we've had 10.
Oh, wow.
Tenants complaining. Yeah, my car got broken into. Can you tell the owner to give us a little bit off the rent?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's not how that works. You got to have car insurance.
Yeah.
But when
they're going to be not happy.
When you park on the street in Hawaii, you're susceptible to a lot of things.
They're not going to be happy when it's time to renew. They're gone, right? They're already looking.
Correct.
So,
You're right.
I need parking. I need, you're tired. Like, even Adrian, she lived nice. She lives in a golf course home across the street. The catalytic converter got taken out of the...
Two cars. Yep.
Oh, man. Parking on the street, even in association.
Nice neighborhood. They're like, nicer catalytic converter in the nicer neighborhood because they have the street parking. But, but yeah, they're not going to go in a parking garage or in a carport or garage and stuff like that. But the street, it seems like it's like a buffet for the thieves with the street parking.
It is.
But,
so that's all I got for you.
Thank you, Duke. Excellent tips and reminders.
Take care.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, so that's Duke Kim Han of Hawaii Pacific Property Management. He is an expert we trust. You can find all about him on the resource tab on teamlally.com.
That reminds me too, if you do come to do a consultation, get curious with us regarding the sale of your home. I will tell you, you need an all-in Navy SEALs, Special Forces, Delta Force to get homes sold in this market right now, because it's super challenging. It's not impossible, but you're going to need that. And so one of the things that we do, regardless of what the market conditions are, reminded me with this conversation with Duke, is we always want to ask people, have you thought about sticking a renter in there? People say, no, I don't want to rent it. And I say, well, we're going to get you a rental analysis just in case.
Yep. It's always good to know. More information is better. Well, I have a review to share from our friend, James Curran.
James Curran, what does James have to share about Team Lally? Do spill the gossip.
Team Lally was great to work with, specifically Adrian and Attilio. They understood our family's goals and priorities and always made us number one. I would highly recommend them. Thank you, James.
You know, James and his family are super nice individuals, and it was so happy. Actually, I know James from soccer. He was he I think he played our keeper position.
Was he a good keeper?
He was a good keeper,
Okay.
and he big guy, and no, that's the position nobody like play because you got to sit in the goal and wait for us adult men to blast one soccer ball at 90 miles per hour at your head because we're trying to score. But he was very patient and very kind about that, and so I'm glad that he remembered me all these years for his real estate needs. By the way, if you have any friends or family, so anyway, I was going to say something earlier before you rudely interrupted me
With the review.
With a review, how dare you? Open houses do not sell homes. Why?
Yes.
But that is crazy. That's a slide in our
It
listing.
is.
Open houses don't sell homes.
They don't.
Do tell. How come? Why we say that?
Well, and we've done the research, right? So the stats do show that about 1 to 2%.
Like, Atilia, what you talking about? You just mentioned like 3 or 4 open houses. What do
Yes.
you mean open houses don't sell homes? Keep going.
Yeah. So what we find is past that first open house.
Yeah.
And the open houses that open houses that our agents do is that it's an event,
Yeah.
right? That first event, and we're pushing everybody that would have done a private showing, the nosy neighbors,
Yeah.
the professional open house lookers. They're all being pushed to that for initial open.
Yeah.
And they don't know who everyone else is. They just see like, oh wow, there's a lot of activity here.
Yeah.
I better make a move. So that's what we find. Like those open houses are pretty effective. But after that, it's just more, for the agents to, find buyers, and usually the buyers of
Confessions
homes,
of a realtor.
Yes, usually the buyers of homes are
Yeah.
going to come from a private showing scheduled by an agent.
Yeah, and this is from
private
the
pre-approved buyers.
NER
Yes.
statistics, there's a higher probability that you would be bit by a New Yorker than you would sell your home. No, I was just hearing that on Shark Week on one of my
Yes.
podcasts. Did you know you're more likely to be bit by someone in New York City if you're in the city visiting than being bit by a shark, statistically?
Really?
Yeah,
Is
that's
there
true.
a lot of biters in
That's
New
a-
York City?
I don't know. Maybe they're all teething.
Like, how do they come up with these stats?
Speaking of a biter, we have Dan. Dan from the Big Island with an update. Dan, are you there?
I am, and I'm from New York, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes
He's
sense.
like, listen with me, else I'm going to bite you.
Yeah, right. No,
Yeah.
You've always heard that expression, my bark is worse than my bite. That's not the case with me.
Yeah. Yeah. People are like, you see this bite mark?
That's from Dan.
Dan got my home sold, and he bit me. But what is going on with the Big Island? Dan the man on the Big Island.
The word of the day is slow. S-L-O-W, slow.
It's
Things are
like,
slow here.
I know there's a new name writer we're all putting on our signs in front of our for sale signs. You know what it says? Slow down. This is not the mainland. But no, we mean the driving. But I mean, the market is, inventory is climbing. Days on market are climbing.
Buyers are a little bit more hesitant.
They're a little bit more finicky, more
Yes.
picky.
That's right.
They're like, I don't know. When they walk in there, I don't know. So
What's happening over there?
What's
with
happening
the
over
slowness?
there? And
You
then
guys-
what would be your tips for
Yeah.
that?
I mean, everything's kind of, together. You guys are in the property management business.
Yeah.
I'm in the property management business.
Cool.
Over the last 30 to 60 days, we're seeing our occupancy levels pretty low, somewhere between 30 and 50%. And so then I start digging into the numbers. I'm starting to look at the Hawaii Tourism Authority. I'm looking at DBET. And I'm looking at all these numbers, and then and everything seems to indicate that tourism is going to be down these summer months fairly significantly, like probably up to 8%. Now, while people say 8% doesn't sound like a lot, that translates to about 400,000 less visitors across the state. And so I've been prepping my sellers and saying, hey, it's going to be slow. It's going to be a little bit of a longer haul. I've been prepping my, the properties that we have our property management for, those landlords, and saying, hey, I don't think you're going to expect, great occupancy rates for the next few months, at least until we get into the season. And then lo and behold, I'm on a plane yesterday and I read an article from San Francisco Gate, that online newspaper, and the headline is tourism is slow in Hawaii. Yeah. And I think, okay, well, that kind of justifies all the numbers that we're seeing, both from a sales side and from a property management side. And so, it's not, if you're thinking about selling a property, the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to hire someone with a strategy of the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps are put a sign in the yard, put it in the MLS, and pray.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not this market.
Nope.
This market is going to require strategy, it's going to require skill, and it's going to require a unique marketing set in order to attract the smaller pool of buyers that are out there.
I thought
yes,
you
100% agree. That's happening too on Oahu, Dan.
I thought you was going to say there's the 4th and the 5th P, pouting and punching. No.
Yeah, it's a challenging market. When you have a challenging market, you need a realtor or a realtor team with a skill set who's been there before and knows how to navigate a tougher market or a slower market. And then, the other thing like we're doing is managing expectations, saying, hey, you've got a great property. Is it priced well? That's the first question, right? Because there's only 3 reasons why a house doesn't sell. The first is price, the second is price, and the third is price.
Yeah, and people are I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Yeah.
And I look them straight in the eye. Dan, I look them straight in the eye. I'm like, what are you waiting for? A buyer to get hit on the head with a coconut?
They're waiting for Dan to bite them.
I said, I will bite you unless you drop this price right now. I'm going to bite you right now. Yeah. But you're telling them the truth.
People is you cannot make a market. You cannot manufacture a buyer. If there is no buyer out there right now for your property at $5 million, then it doesn't matter how much marketing or how great your realtor is. You cannot make a market. You have to have some things go in your favor in the economy and travel and interest rates and global stabilization. Some of these things got to work in your favor.
Yeah, and when things are kind of getting a little challenging out there in the global world and with all the changes that are going on. But Dan, what if somebody like this seller told me the other day, I have gold-plated toilet seats and diamond-encrusted countertops, and I have solid silver appliances. My home should be worth this. What would be your response?
It very well could be, but probably not in this market. I mean, I have conversations with people all the time about not being the most expensive home in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
and it's difficult to get your money back out of that. And maybe the best play in some instances is to sit tight.
Yep, and to wait and
stick a renter in there
and not. And not sell right now. I mean, as much as I don't like to talk myself out of a listing, but there'll be many times where I'll tell people to say, I think you should sit tight for fill in the blank.
Well, that says a lot about you, Dan, and that it's about integrity and not just trying to collect a commission.
Yep. Yeah, because I mean, if they say that my house is worth this and I believe it's worth this and this is why, I'm not so smart that I'm going to price your house within $50,000. I'm just not that good. I can't control all the market factors. You know what I mean? So
I like it when they say, "My cousin says it's worth this much." Well, give me his number because he needs to write an offer on your home.
Let's get your cousin to buy it.
Yeah, I tell everybody when we're pricing a home, it's a thoroughly educated, highly researched guess.
Yes.
On my part.
That's it. And it's a range. We don't, nobody on planet Earth can tell you what a home's going to sell for to the penny. If they do, they're lying and run the other way. You got to put it on, expose it to the market. We interpret the market. We don't make it.
That's right.
We interpret it.
The other thing people got to realize is, I know they have an idea of what they think the house is worth and what it's worth to them, but the reality is the house is only worth what the market is willing to pay for it.
Yes.
And if they're not willing to pay that number now, then you need to hold on to it and try it again at a later date.
Yep, that's it.
Yes.
All right.
We follow that same strategy, Dan.
Well, Thank you, Dan, so much for the report on the Big Island. You've got happy bit customers one at a time. That's all we can ask of you.
Well, I'm happy to do it. Since it's so slow here on the island, I was just playing solitaire when you called anyway. So.
Hey, folks, when you sit down with Dan to have him help you buy your home, please either take his advice or call animal control right away.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Dan, for the Big Island update.
Thank you, Dan.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we are going to take a break, but stay with us. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Howard Nett. He's Team Lally's listing and buyer associate, and he will share insights from his journey with the team.
And you're going to hear his jingle that he wrote for us, so stay with us.
Hey, someone that moved to the mainland but left the rental property behind? So Amber wanted to create a new investment opportunities on the mainland, but she had to sell her island rental first. So she reached out to our good friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Handling the business virtually with Amber, Adrian and Attilio came prepared with multiple 5-star selling strategies, including adjusting Amber's selling price expectations, and the home sold in days. If you're in the market to sell your home and you want a team that will make you the most money with the least amount of drama, you can trust our good friends Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally. Give them a call today, 808-799-9596. That's 808-799-9596. They're trusted. You see the signs all over in my community. Visit teamlally.com today. That's teamlally.com today.
The only real estate team I trust right here in Honolulu is Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group. Now, thanks for joining me today. What's the number one reason homes don't sell on time?
Sean, sellers are in denial. They are stuck in the previous market and not pricing their homes properly.
How do you solve that problem?
We have a 12-step program. The first step is to have a smart pricing strategy. We follow the 10-10-0 rule. 10 showings, no offers, we have to adjust. 10 days on the market, no showings, another adjustment. For the other 11 steps, give us a call.
Great update. Thank you for keeping us informed. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com. And you can start packing.
In today's fast-changing real estate market, you need access to the right information to make smart choices. I invest in real estate all over the country, and I rely on smart agents who know their local market inside and out. In Honolulu, I work with Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. Adrian, Attilio, and their team sell a home every 72 hours and have over 750 5-star reviews. Go to teamlally.com and find out in just seconds what your home is really worth.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrian.
And I'm still Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Our guest today is a seasoned professional with talents in music, business, and real estate. He began his career with the San Francisco Jazz Festival, later supported an award-winning architectural firm, and has been with Team Lally since 2008. He also composed and sang the Team Lally jingle, bringing his musical passion into the heart of the brand.
He is known for his creativity, dedication, and clear communication. He takes pride in delivering excellent service and building strong relationships throughout each transaction. Please welcome our guest, Howard Nett.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Howard, do you know what we just did? We did like a TikTok video, where like the music is playing, but we're lip syncing it.
And we were dancing.
And we're dancing.
So cute. Very cute.
We're like, how did Howard get this whole reggae band squeezed into our radio studio just now? So, Howard, how long ago did you come up with the Team Lally jingle?
Oh my goodness!
It's been a couple
gotta
years.
be about 15 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say.
By the way,
I think he came up with it for like once we started doing the radio show.
Yeah.
It was like a couple years in.
So it's got to be over. That's got to be over 10
It
years.
was like maybe 2012.
Yeah.
11, 12.
But anyway,
We love our jingle. Thank you, Howard.
You love the jingle.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You love the jingle, and then you can download that right now on iTunes for 38 cents.
If that, maybe more like 12 cents.
Yeah. And no pennies because we're getting rid of all the pennies. Did you know what they're getting rid of? They're not going to make any pennies starting next year. No more pennies.
Wow. Okay, well, I think we have enough already, probably.
Yep. And so, Howard, what's it? Why did you? Here's a question for you. Why did you decide to get into real estate? Because you're like a musician, you're like music.
Like a music
thing.
guy.
You're professional because you get paid to play. Why real estate?
I think I've always been in sales in some fashion. I've always been the guy that booked the bands and done door-to-door sales, and you name it, I've probably tried to sell it at one point.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was kind of my background as a day job for a struggling musician.
You know, at the age of 12, Howard broke all sales records for Mary Kay. They gave him a pink 10-speed bike. He rode it everywhere to school, and he was known everywhere. No, didn't you sell like grit or something? You know that newspaper? You go door to door, or what were you selling? Greeting cards?
Oh, yeah. I was, back when they didn't watch their children, I was going door to door at 10 or 11 collecting
you had a newspaper
funds
out?
for the Sunday newspaper out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You had
Cool.
this little book of tabs, and it was like $3 or something like that for a month. It was
the Sunday newspaper had
an
a lot
adventure.
of those things are like heavy, like a log back in those days, and you got to go deliver
my
like 150 of them. And
and foot of snow and freezing temperature. It was an experience.
yeah, back then that's what you do. The kids do that today. You calling CPS? What?
Yeah.
They're working?
In the snow?
They're not on their phones and they're working? This is crazy. Call somebody.
So Howard, so you've been with the team since 2008. That's a pretty long time with the team and then just in the real estate industry. Give us some reasons why you've stuck with it all these years through all these different markets that we've experienced.
Team Lally has kind of become a second family for me. So that's one of the main reasons. And always like meeting new people and interacting with people and hearing their stories and hopefully helping, them find a solution to whatever problems or needs they have in the real estate world. So it's just been kind of a good fit. It's something new every day, which keeps the job fresh and, young at heart.
And I think for you too, like playing music was a passion. So that was something that, you could do evenings and weekends. And how long you been when did you get your first gig? Was it at Grandma's 100th birthday?
I was a junior in high school, I believe. Yeah. And my guitar teacher's drummer had another band, and they needed a bass player last minute. And so I went and played reggae music all night long to actually most of the songs I didn't know, but been playing long enough I could kind of fake it. So it was pretty entertaining. It was like a 17-year-old with a bunch of 40-year-old guys.
How many instruments do you play, Howard?
I play about 4 instruments. I play piano, drums, guitar, and bass.
Nice.
You're like a one-man band.
You're like the one-man band because you can lay all those tracks down. And tell us about the genesis of this Team Lally jingle. Like, how did you come up with the words, and how did you record it? Where did you produce it? All that stuff. Give us the history. So this can be in the Team Lally rockumentary.
Well, it was
I happened to get a really great connection. My neighbor's brother-in-law is Amua Garza, and he's one of the more famous producer engineers on the island, and was also one of the leads for the band Opihi Pickers. Has songs on the radio all the time. And so I came up with the jingle at my house, and then I knew my recording skills are pretty bad, so I knew I needed to reach out to a professional, and I was recording some other music with Amu at the time, and so I went over to his house, and I think we banged it out in like about an hour. And I knew I just liked the way the flow of, you know, when you're trying to find the best of the best. I knew I had a little catchy line there. I feel like it just came pretty quick. Sometimes it takes a while to come up with lyrics and stuff, but this was one of those ones that came real quick to me.
So Howard, how would you say that your creativity with the music side of your life and your brain helps you just to serve clients at a very high level on the real estate side?
I would say it helps me come up with multiple solutions quickly, and creative solutions or creative little marketing ideas, and any number of things to, you know, keep the ball moving. And because I've been through so many transactions, I can kind of remember all the pitfalls that have happened in the past, and you know, use that as a base for solving complex problems quickly.
You do have an excellent memory. It's amazing how much stuff that you can recall from years ago.
Hey, more than a week or two out, what's your next gig? I just want to throw that out there to the audience.
Give the gig schedule.
What's the next one?
This week, we're Thursday. We're at Lanterns in Waianae.
Lanterns, second floor.
We're in Mililani at Taps and Apps on Friday. Saturday, I'm playing twice. I'm at Moku in town in the early happy hour, and then I'm spend the late happy hour or evening at 6:04 at Barber's Point. And then Sunday, and then Sunday we do brunch at Island Vintage Coffee in Kapolei. So it's a pretty busy week.
That's a nice gig. We went out and saw you
there for Father's Day. It was packed. It was a line out the door, and they were all there. They weren't there for the avocado toast. They were there to hear Howard.
They were.
And I heard there was Bubbles. He was so good, he blew the power out. No, hey, managers over at Island Vintage, work on the outlets over there. So you pop the circuits. But that's a nice venue.
It is.
Right there on the deck, and it's really I like how the music and the style that you guys play, people are still talking story and interacting and enjoying.
It's not too loud.
Not too loud, and it's except when you got into the metal militia stuff. No, it's just all like super. How would you say? What is the genre of you guys' music? And then we'll get back to some real estate questions.
I guess you could say adult contemporary or just Chardonnay music. I mean, we can play anything you want, but we're just trying to be good background music most of the gigs that we play right now. So.
And what is the genre of your real estate? Your real estate experience. How would you describe that genre?
I would say the cornucopia of everything. You know, from high-end luxury to, you know, I've got a couple studios right now that are, you know, on under 300,000, which anybody knows in Hawaii.
That's smoking deal.
That's it's not too often you get
300,000 for a studio. That's a down payment on a 2-bedroom condo. 300,000.
And then Howard,
these are even lower than that. They're like low 200s. So.
Wow.
Yeah, why don't you touch on all of the distressed property sales that you've been involved with? Because we are starting to see those kind of situations creep back into the market. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But, you know, let's touch on that and maybe some tips for anyone who is facing that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I started, my serious real estate career in 2008, and
that was the height
basically
of it.
got dropped into the short sale wild west back then, and I've done hundreds of short sales. I've done REOs. I've done distressed homes where people have money but they're behind in payments.
Yes.
And I would say, one of the first keys is don't wait. The worst thing you can do is just close your eyes and hope for something some magic to happen, because the banks are very unemotional and will, keep pursuing foreclosure if you're not making payments. And they just have no emotion when it comes to your situation. And if you, reach out to them quickly enough, they, usually want to work with you. They're not in the business of foreclosing, so they're always open to, other avenues of getting your home sold, and especially your HOA as well.
Howard, how important is it for someone who's in this kind of situation to not only stay in communication with their bank, but have an agent that really understands the process?
Oh, it's very critical. Yeah, an agent needs to have that background and knowing how to reach out to lien holders, how to negotiate and line up any number of lien holders together for the same cause, because you might have as many as 4 lien holders and everybody's got to agree. So it's very critical to have strong negotiation skills and good solutions,
and
as
patience.
Well as, patience is key.
Howard, what's the most amount of liens on one property that you ever negotiated?
Yeah, that you had to deal with.
What's the max? What's the record?
I think it was 7.
Ooh, and what were they?
7.
Do you remember?
First to second, an HOA, that was 3. Tax was 4.
Yeah.
And then I believe there was like a personal, like a lawsuit with a carpenter, so that was 5.
Mechanics
and then
lien.
I believe there was 2 credit cards as well.
No child support liens?
No child support.
Oh, no.
Nope,
that one, you might be right. It was 7 or 8.
They're going to get their child support money, people, so pay. Hey, give the money to the other party so they can take care of the kids, And,
but then it's not just that simple. Then Howard has to go in and get everybody to agree to a lower payoff, or even sometimes
zero.
No payoff, and they just have to release.
Let it close.
Yeah.
I think you should write a jingle for these types of, when you fall behind on your mortgage payments, don't wait to be foreclosed, give Howard a call. What's your number? No, we don't consider that situation. Don't take it the wrong way. No. That we think it's a joke and it's funny. What, you think you're funny? I made behind on my mortgage payments. No, we don't. Here's the most important thing. Howard, would you agree that the only people that get foreclosed on are the ones who they do the ostrich thing, put their head in the sand and just ignore
it? Yeah.
And we get it. And here's the thing that I would tell you that we always tell. Howard said it, Adrian said, we always say it at the end of our consultation. You're not bad people. You're just in a bad situation. Separate the two. You're good people just in a bad situation and unfortunate circumstances, loss of income, medical bills, just things went sideways real quick, and there's no reason to be foreclosed on.
There's always a solution. All you gotta do is give Howard a call. So, So Howard, we have a career night coming up. We've been talking about this career night. And so we do get, new agents or agents that are interested in joining our team. And you've been on our team since 2008. If you had any kind of advice for a new agent or someone that is, thinking about joining our team, what would it be? What would that advice be, Howard?
Explore your options, and, a team can be a very good place to start real estate, especially a team like Team Lally, where the education part and the motivation is part of the real estate world is very strong. If you go to, some random big office and they don't have a good training and they don't really keep you motivated, I mean, it's a hard business to, stay motivated and constantly be learning, because everything changes pretty much yearly in real estate at some level.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to always be learning what's new and what's changing and getting ready for the next big thing.
Yeah.
So who would be an ideal teammate for you? Because you've been on the team since 2008, and you've seen a lot of different types of agents come and go.
Yeah.
But like, who's like, what kind of agent stands out or does the best?
I would say it's really key to have good communication skills and like a little internal fire that keeps you motivated, because there'll be days when all you hear is no, or just sales is not always bubblegum and roses. So you need to have that kind of internal fire and fortitude, and then the person that learns from their mistakes and takes notes and really puts the effort in there every day to get better, because if you're always learning, then you tend to not make the same mistakes that you made in the past, and you get better as an agent and better with people, and better finding solutions when problems do arise.
Yeah, you have somebody to go to lean on to help you with your situation. Howard, I'm going to give you 3 questions that everybody should be asking when interviewing teams, real estate teams. Number 1, do you have a jingle? Number 2, do you guys have snacks? And then number 3, do you have a pet-friendly office?
Those are good questions.
Sometimes I think it's a doggy daycare.
And if they don't answer yes to all 3 of those questions, just move along. Move along, folks. Because I'll tell you right now, we got a jingle, we got snacks, and we're a pet-friendly office. In fact, go to our team on our website.
There's even some pets on
We
that.
got some furry pets on there, or maybe Howard didn't shave for a couple of days.
No.
No.
Howard is there, but then there's some pets on there too.
Yeah,
it's kind of cute.
We got what? Roxy
and Bo.
We gotta get Mochi on there. How come Mochi's not on there?
Take a picture. I'll take a picture of Mochi. We'll get her on there.
Yeah, and what's your dog's name, Howard?
JC and Pablo.
JC and Pablo.
And then I have the unusual pet. I have the
turtle.
Giant tortoise.
Giant tortoise. A tortoise is a representation of a short sale. It's going to take a long time. You're going to have to be patient. That is a perfect pet
for you, Howard.
And it literally, that turtle could probably get all the way across his huge yard before we get a lender approval. That's the thing with short sales, so keep that in mind. Be patient like a tortoise.
All right. Well, we are coming to the end of the show. Howard, thank you so much for...
Oh, wait, what's the tortoise's name? What's the tortoise's name?
Is it like Torty or something?
We call him Torty, but if you know anime, his full name is Merwin from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Well, thank you, Howard, and we'll see you at your gigs, probably at the 604 and Island Vintage.
Hey, folks, if you see Howard at one of the gigs, go up to the manager and tell him the only reason I'm here
is for Howard.
An
overcrowded avenue.
It has brought new meaning into my life that he is here playing music, and he's the only reason why I'm at your establishment tonight.
All right, thanks, Howard.
Thank you, Howard.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day.
All righty.
Hello, friends. As we promised for the end of our show, we wanted to share with you Howard's creativity, and it's his original composition inspired by his beautiful wife, Blythe. And the name of the song is Underneath the Moon by Overcrowded Avenue. Enjoy.
It's been a fun dancing these days away with you. I just keep on laughing, knowing the best is yet to come. When we're together, it just feels right, it just feels. You know you got a nice smile when we're holding hands underneath the moon. You know you got a nice smile when we're holding hands underneath the moon. Because of you, girl, I just keep on laughing, knowing the best is yet to come. When we're together, it just feels right, it just feels. You know you got a nice smile when we're holding hands underneath the moon. Know you got a nice smile when we're holding hands underneath the moon. Day, do, day, day. Dancing these days away with you. I just keep on laughing, knowing the best is yet to come.